You can always pin your hopes to this show. Some of these highlights are going to make you jump out of your seats. We will show you the medal winners, celebrate the goals, and get you ready for the fastest half hour on cable TV. Sportsnight is next.
It's especially the fastest half hour once we get to this time of year because we're starting to run out of teams to talk about, so we may not quite make it a half hour.
Well, if we talk really slowly, maybe we'll make it a half an hour.
Either way, my name's Joe Young. Welcome to Sports Night.
I'm Howie Shapiro, and
things are
lots of fun stuff tonight.
Absolutely. Things very interesting this time of year. Obviously, the girls' high school hockey tournament was this past weekend. Congratulations. Go out to the Blaine Bengals for their runner-up finish.
Yep.
A pretty impressive run by them before running into what might have been a team of destiny in Edina, but definitely congratulations to them. We start our program with hockey. The Cardinals boys hockey team knew they were an underdog going into Thursday's 5AA quarterfinal against Blaine, but they also knew they could compete with the Bengals. Blaine won the only meeting between the two teams this season, 7-2. But Coon Rapids took 2 major penalties, and the Bengals scored 6 power play goals in that game. If the Cardinals wanted to have a chance, they had to stay out of the box. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite do that. It was a scoreless game until the Bengals' first power play. Midway through the first, the setup goes to Lincoln Earn from the point. One-timer through traffic. Hansen gets most of it, but it trickles in behind him, and Blaine is up a goal. Cardinals get another penalty 21 seconds after that goal. Bengals pounce again on the power play. Earn breaks his stick with the shot. Goes right to Will Hillman, who finds the back of the net. Blaine 2 for 2 with the extra man. Bengals took 3 straight penalties later in the period. The Cardinals capitalized on their third opportunity. Colton Ryan able to poke home the loose puck, cut the lead in half before the break. Blaine's pressure, though, intensifies in the second. Lincoln Earn stepping up into the high slot and firing a bullet past Hansen. That put the Bengals back in front by 2. Bad penalty by Cardinals captain Travis Hess late in the period, taking a Blaine player into the crossbar from behind. Ref says a major, no misconduct, but that's 5-minute major power play, and the Bengals open it up. Great movement to Bryce Brodzinski in the slot. That was the second of 3 goals on that major power play. Coon Rapids gets one back midway through the third. Hess jumping on a rebound, but Blaine scores last and beats the Cardinals 7-2 for the second time this season. And that Blaine power play is definitely dangerous. They knew going in they could not compete if they kept themselves in the box. And actually, if you look at it, they had fewer penalties for fewer penalty minutes. But the Bengals were just that good on the power play.
They capitalized on their opportunities, and 3 goals during that major.
2 at the end of the second, one to start the third.
It was tough for the Cardinals to really jump back into that game because Blaine dominated.
Yeah, it went from a 3-1 game to a 6-1 game early in the third, and kind of put the coasters on and go from there. But that was the end of the scoring for the season for the Blaine Bengals because they got blanked by number 2 seed Maple Grove. The Crimson are hot. They tore up the Panthers in the quarterfinals 10-1, and they go into the meeting coming up later this week on Thursday against the top seed Centennial Cougars. The Cougars are hot too, though, outscoring their opponents by the exact same score. Both teams 13-1
should be a good one
to get to the championship.
That definitely should be a good hockey game. And,
it should be.
Between this section with Blaine as well. A little surprised they weren't able to get on the scoreboard, but nonetheless, that should be a fun game to watch. 3 Cardinal wrestlers are headed to the X this weekend to represent Coon Rapids High School at the state championship. The Cardinals really had a great weekend in what many argue the toughest wrestling section in Minnesota, even without St. Michael. Coon Rapids had 11 guys still going on Saturday with a chance to get to the big dance. 2 were wrestling in championship matches. Freshman Zach Thomas lost his opening match in the 1-point decision, but he bounced back with 2 straight pins to reach third-place match. It took him just 27 seconds to pin Elk River's Mark Thole, but Thomas came up short in the third-place match against the kid he lost to in the first round. Sophomore Nick Berg, battling back from an opening loss at 182, gets a first-period pin on Champlin's Colin Cairo. Berg finished this season with a major decision in 5th-place match on Saturday. Spencer Howe working his way back through the backside of the bracket as well. Pins Champlin's William Humphrey midway through the third period. Howe also finished the season with a win, the 5th-place match. Sophomore John Svobodny, the only one to make it all the way back after an opening round loss. The Cardinals' 106-pounder reeled off 4 straight wins. There was a forfeit, but 2 major decisions, and then a 1-point victory in the true second match gets Svobodny a ticket to the show. Won't be alone. 2 of the Cardinals seniors are headed there also. Jack Scheck at the 195. He puts Blaine's Ben Kaida into the mat midway through the third period to make it to the championship. Scheck also added another pin in the true second match to make sure he was going to compete this weekend. Then heavyweight Tim Mandyke has been top 10 all year. Got the chance to prove it at state. Mandyke got a pin in the first round in less than a minute, and got past Blaine's Dylan Crump in the semifinal with a 7-4 decision. TJ lost the championship, the ultimate tiebreaker, to Anoka's Brandon Frankfurt, the exact way it ended a week earlier in the dual meet against the Tornadoes. So congratulations to those 3 wrestlers going to the big dance.
Absolutely, and of course put Svobodny in between the 2 big guys, but it should be fun. Great experience for those 3 young guys. They definitely deserve it. 2 of them seniors, a great way to finish a career.
No question, and I believe last year 2 wrestlers made it to state for Coon Rapids, so they got a 3rd this year.
And both of those seniors, multi-sport athletes, a fantastic end to their winter season, and best of luck to them. We'll have results, obviously, for you next week on Sports Night. Swimming and diving state tournament is also going on this weekend. Unfortunately, no Cardinals were able to qualify, but still a solid showing for Coon Rapids at sections. The goal was more about having the best meet of the year and getting more guys into the top 16. And that's exactly what the Cardinals did. This is still a young and growing team, and this was a nice step in the program's development. CTN was the pool cam. Get it? Pool cam? Covering the Section 7AA. Okay, maybe it's an industry joke. Section 7AA meet at Northdale. Highlights statewide. That's the bottom of your lane is junior Alex Smith. Gets to the wall in 7th place in the 200 free, 152.68. 7th grader Tyler Schultz with a great showing at section. Also at the bottom of your screen, final of the 200 IM. Schultz finished 7th, holds 3 middle school records, and still has another year to go. Cardinals in the top 2 lanes for the final of the 100 butterfly. 8th grader Matt Struess finishes 6th. He owns 4 middle school records. Sophomore Andrew Trung takes 8th. Cardinals finished 7th as a team, 169 points. And a lot of other fun stuff to talk about. There's 2 more top 8 finishers. Alex Schmidt in the 500 free, Matt Struess in the 100 back in just over a minute. Tyler Schultz, get this, 9th place finish in the 100 breast, which means he won the consolation heat. His time faster than 8th place in the championship heat. Andrew Trong finished 11th in the 200 IM. Patrick Schultz called an absolute monster by Coach Doug Donaldson. Said the meat of his career and just a great way for him to finish. Got himself a couple of top 16 finishes. And then both the relay teams, 200 and 400 free relays, both finished in 6th place.
Yeah, some nice showings for some of the Cardinal swimmers. Great to see, obviously.
And unfortunately, nobody moving on, but a very young team. And Coach Donaldson, I'm excited to write the review because he pretty much wrote it for me in this week's email. He's just absolutely over the moon glowing about the way the team competed this year, the way they finished, and what the future looks like for the program.
Yeah, that momentum grew for them as the season continued. So you can just take that email, copy, paste it into the
and there we go.
Into the review show. You're done. You got one now out of the way.
Done. Boys basketball team started the week against Maple Grove at home, and they played well against a very good Crimson team. This was a very close game until halftime, but the Crimson able to pull away at the end. 71-61 the final. Tyrion Johnson, a double-double, 18 points, 10 boards, added 5 assists and a couple of blocks as well. Sam Carver, Lionel Warner also in double digits at 16 and 14 points respectively. Lovely to see 3 Cardinals at a time in double digits, and that's a trend right now for this basketball team.
No question about it. The Cardinals hit the road Friday to face another team from the Western Division, but not quite as menacing as the Crimson. The Irondale Knights, they're at the bottom of the standing on that side of the conference, and they had lost 15 of their previous 16 games. Still, they gave the Cardinals all they could handle. It took 2 overtimes to decide a winner. First half, teams trading baskets. Great rip by Henak Wanasamwe. Down the court to Tyrion Johnson, alone under the rim. Tied at that point, but Irondale up by 3 at the half. Coon Rapids trying to dictate tempo in the Knights building. Lionel Warner down low in the post, able to spin off and hit the jumper. He led the Cardinals with 26 points. Game tied. Irondale goes down low. Shot won't go. Rebound tipped up top. Sean Sutherland there to deliver the three, put the Knights back in front. Knights able to capitalize on another second chance, missing close. Rebound tipped. Ends up with Aiden Price, who hits the three. That's going to put up Irondale by a score of 45-44. Well, neither team about to back down. Tyree on nice little feed over the top for Sam Carver to score the finish. Carver had 13. Irondale had one last chance at the end of regulation to end their long losing streak. Sutherland runs down the court, throws it up at the buzzer, but we're headed to overtime. Big three-pointer for the Knights in OT. Price left all alone on the wing. They get him the ball as he delivers, you saw there. The Cardinals don't panic. They know they have the answer. Warner driving, then looking to Carver in the corner. He rains it from there. We're tied at 64. Final seconds of the first overtime. Tyrion's runner comes up short. Irondale able to get up court to Sutherland in a hurry, but again, the buzzer beater won't fall. Coon Rapids able to get in front in the second overtime. Warner hitting a huge jumper from downtown. Cardinals able to hold on to the lead from there and the free throw line and hold on for the narrowest of margin, 71-70 after 2 extra periods.
Well, and did you see how much open space they gave Lionel Warner? That in a double overtime game, he's already having a big night.
Yep.
You don't leave him that much space. He was way downtown, but you can't leave him that much space, and that's something that will cost you. But it's so great to see the Cardinals get a win in another one of those close games. Saturday night, they played again, Howie.
Boy, did they.
It was not a close game.
No, not pretty for North Branch, no question.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, a nearly 50-point victory for your Cardinals, 95-46. They blow their way past the Vikings from North Branch. Tyrion Johnson sets 2 school records at a time. Why one? When you can have 2, 41 points and 11 steals, both Coon Rapids records. He also had 7 boards and 6 assists. 21 points for Lionel Warner, 17 for Carver. And those big 3 are coming on strong together.
No question.
At the right time.
Well, congratulations, Tyrion. No doubt, 41 points and 11 steals. It's just such a nice outing to see. And you're right, though. 3 players in double figures. They are hitting on all cylinders at the right time of the year. I'm excited to see what the year has to close out, and as the section to start.
Well, they've got a couple of tough road games to close out the regular season. They're at Armstrong on Tuesday and at Park Center on Friday, and then it's on to the section tournament.
Absolutely. Exciting.
Well, the girls basketball team will head into this week's section tournament after another roller coaster ride in its final week. It started with a low on Tuesday when the Cardinals traveled to Maple Grove. The Cardinals were optimistic going against a Crimson team with a similar record, a similar style, and facing similar struggles throughout the season. Coon Rapids starts things out right. Their first points of the night come on a big 3-pointer by Caitlin Hagstrom. That gave the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. Unfortunately, they were playing catch-up most of the rest of the game. Courtney Ackerman able to find a way into the paint, get a little floater to fall, kept it close early. But after a 9-9 tie, the Crimson seized control thanks to some hot outside shooting. Maple Grove had 5 3-pointers in the first half, 4 different players, and went to the locker room up 33-18. Cardinals trying to cut into the deficit in the second. Kennedy's Care's 3 from the corner got them within 10. Unfortunately, that's about as close as it would get. Coon Rapids barely able to trade baskets with the Crimson and never really able to threaten the lead. Caitlin Ackerman and Caitlin Hagstrom each had 9. Lexi West came off the bench to add 7. But the Crimson run away with this one down the stretch, cruising to the 58-42 victory.
Yeah, again, a tough loss for the Cardinals. Coach Mark Cook of Maple Grove said, their team has been experiencing up and down, but he said when we hit on all cylinders, we play well. They obviously did.
Well, they were able to finish the regular season schedule on a high note. On senior night, their last night at the barn, they scored a 59-51 win over the Irondale Knights. Caitlin Hackerman leading the way with 24 points. Ellie Carver had 8, Destiny Artis had 7, and Kenny Care added 3. But a big win and hopefully a little bit of a confidence boost going into the section tournament. Cardinals are going to be the number 6 seed. They will be in Anoka on Thursday. Unfortunately, we are the lower seed and we are odd man out. And our friends from QCTV will be carrying that coverage. We wish them the best, as always, and we will rerun their broadcast on our air for our Cardinal faithful. Number 1 seed goes to Andover. They host Duluth East in the first round. Forest Lake, the number 2 seed, will take on Cambridge Isani. St. Francis and Blaine, the 4 and 5 seeds. And St. Francis, it's like a 17-8 record.
Yep.
A number 4 seed. That's a pretty good record for a number 4. They play in a little bit softer conference.
They do, but 17 wins is
17 wins, and I think as a number 4 seed, you're going to see the Saints coming in feeling like they have a little something to prove.
Yeah, the Cardinals have an opportunity against Anoka. You know, we talked about Caitlin's 24 points, and that she's really been playing very well as late for the Cardinals. They're going to have to look to her for leadership at Anoka on Thursday night.
Well, you will remember last year in the quarterfinals, nobody gave them a chance to beat the mighty Blaine Bengals. That's exactly what they did. Hopefully they can come up with another upset in the first round, and maybe our season of covering girls basketball is not quite complete should they make it to the next round. But we will be seeing the boys basketball team when they get into playoffs, hopefully. Well, before we go, I almost missed it. Can't forget, kudos to all the Coon Rapids youth hockey teams moving on to regions next week. The A Bantams are District 10 champions, as are the District U12A are also the district champions. U15A is 3rd place in district and able to make it to regions. A Pee-wees are runners-up and also going to regions.
Wow,
so we got a lot of good stuff coming up in the youth hockey program. Congratulations and good luck to those guys and gals as they move on to their tournament next week. Good luck especially to the Cardinal wrestlers going to the state tournament this weekend. Good luck to the girls basketball team. Good luck to all the teams, and we'll have all the action next week on Sportsnight.
All right, that should be fun.
That's it. I'm not doing the goodbye. That was my goodbye. Good luck.